Hi, welcome. Today we're going to meet with Christina Knightley. Hi, Christina.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. Christina's doing us a super big favor by doing this interview right now because she's actually going to the hospital after this to have her second born. She's actually, I can't believe she's doing this. But anyway, if you see any funny faces, that's why. But she's happy to meet with us and talk about her book. She's an artist, and I found her, I don't even know exactly, maybe it was Facebook or somewhere. I don't remember where I found your book, but it's the cutest baby book. And I just fell in love with her art. And I won't look at every page, but some of my favorite ones, like the very end, especially, well, I mean, all of them are wonderful, but there's like this letter from mom, like, so for your baby, the mom would write a letter, which sounds really cool to me. Like, you know, what important things would you say to your newborn, you know, for their future? So this is like a keepsake. You would keep this forever. And there's a letter from dad, which has got this cool tractor, which I love that. A lot of detail.
That took so much time to paint.
I bet. And then there's a lot of cool animals, and it's really a soft watercolor style, and it's organized to have everything in here that you would possibly. I love this donkey and this horse. And there's just so many good pictures in here that I just fell in love with her art. And like here's, oh, another favorite part of mine is the family tree. So here you got the grandmothers and the grandfathers. And you have, here's the dad's roots, which is really cute. And the mother's colony, which is super cute too. So it's kind of like a little family tree. And then, you know, you just have a lot of different things in here, and it's really a beautiful book. Hardcover, big, the pages are heavy. It's just, you wouldn't have to necessarily write in everything. You could use pictures too, put some pictures in here. And there's a place for like handprints and footprints, and it's really, really nice. And I was talking to my daughter, who I was going to get this for. She's not ready yet, but I think I'll probably give this away and then give it and then get another one later for when she is ready. But my other daughter was saying, well, you know, moms are so busy. I mean, Mom, you probably filled 3 pages of this baby book for me, and there's nothing else filled out because, you know, you got busy and you didn't do it. And so I said, And she said, you know what would really be good is if a grandmother like you would do it. I mean, the moms obviously and the dads would do their letter, but if grandmas or grandpas were into it, they would probably actually fill it all out for years and give it back to them. I think that's a great idea.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I would love to do it. So
yeah, my goal for this one. So I'm one of those moms, or I'm terrible at finishing projects. Like that was like a really big project I finished. But like my son's first baby book, I had the hardest time finding one I liked. I ended up doing like the Bunnies by the Bay one. But what I realized, like going through the pages, is everything asks for very specific dates and like current events. And when I got around to doing those pages, I'm like, I don't know what was going on. I don't know what date this was, you know? So it's like half filled out. And I cannot come up with what like the specific answers and prompts were. And then all the picture boxes are all random shapes and they're kind of small. So I was like, oh, well, there's gotta be an easier way to do that. So for this one, I'm like, okay, I'm going to make this book like I'm making it for me, which like this one will be for this baby. But basically all the text boxes are in just a standard 4x6 size. So super easy. If you don't remember what was going on, you might just have a picture. You can plop it down on there. I tried to make all the title prompts so it could either work for just like a picture or an actual journal prompt, and then
really
try to keep as many like specific dates out of there, keep it more like just memory based. And really, then focus more,
you know, after
just as long as the memory's there.
Yeah.
And then I really wanted each page to be a little bit more individualistic with paintings instead of being really repetitive, which I found a lot of them are like that. So that was my goal for this book. So
Well, you did a great job.
Oh,
Tell us
thanks.
about when you thought you might want to be an artist.
Back, my earliest memory of that was actually back in kindergarten. So my teacher came up to me because I was always doodling in kindergarten. And she's like, what
You
do
were
you want
doing
to be?
what?
Doodling, just
Oh,
doodling on it.
uh-huh.
And she's like, what do you want to be? And I'm like, I want to be an art teacher. And I stuck with that one all the way through high school.
Wow.
Um,
And then who was a bit of like a mentor that inspired you?
that would probably be my high school art teacher. All through like my 4 years of high school, I did like the APR programs, and I was part of like the art club. So I was that kind of kid in high school.
Mhm.
But it was really fun. She kind of took me under her wing, and she would let me, skip assemblies to go hang out in her office, and we'd read art books together. And she just invested a lot of time into helping me develop my own style and make me
Neat.
think about what I wanted to do next. So her and I are still Facebook friends. We keep in touch. She's long retired now. So,
Yeah.
but
That's
yeah,
so special though. I used to be a
yeah,
teacher too. And I know that teachers do invest a lot of, they really care about
mhm,
their students. So that's
exactly.
really nice that you had a teacher like that.
Mhm.
That's good. Well, so did you just develop your own style or did you go to school for art?
I actually didn't. Right out of high school, I ended up going to a college to be a teacher, but then I found out that was not my passion. So I tried it for a couple of years. And I was like, you know what, this isn't for me, but I kept doing art, and um, I kind of got busy with life, and I didn't actually pick up a paintbrush for a couple of years. And then when I had my son, I was like, okay, I'm going to start this project again. And so I really focused on painting and drawing every single day. And my style's always been very consistent. I don't like cartoony things. I'm not
I
really
don't
big into
either.
digital art. I tried
No,
it for a second. I was like,
yeah.
no. So like traditional watercolors, I always loved kind of that
Mhm.
more realistic
I
looking.
was looking for this one. I really like this rooster.
No,
He's really neat. This is the page is called How We Announced You. So I think that's perfect for a rooster to announce.
that was my thought.
um, so you have mostly water, all of this is watercolor. So you prefer watercolor over any other medium and why?
I like watercolor just because you can really build on top of it. So you can really get as detailed as you want to, or, keeping it simple, it also is really pretty.
Mhm.
But I just really like kind of the softer look, and like watercolors, there's not really a harsh edge.
No.
I do like mixing it with pen and ink, like that whole book. Basically, I would draw it out in pen and ink, and then I would paint with watercolor. The next one I'm doing, I'm leaving out the pen, but I really enjoy doing pen and ink as well. I've dabbled in doing, colored pencil. I do that from time to time. Um, but watercolor, I always keep going back to it. So,
I love watercolor myself. In fact, I have a
mhm,
series of books that I did. I didn't do the character design, but I did the painting and I really
yeah.
enjoyed it. Yeah.
Oh, it's fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
enjoy it.
I love the way the colors blend and
Hmm.
go into each other. Wet on wet is just awesome. Plus, then you do
Oh,
have the layering ability. I like that too.
yeah, just learning the basic technique. Like it's pretty easy to pick it up once you learn
Mhm.
how to start
Yeah,
the base and build up. So that's easy.
yeah. Um, so where, let's
You're
see.
frozen.
Yeah, we kind of did freeze. I don't know why. So you said you were doing a new one coming up next. So that's your next thing. And it's because you're doing it, and you're doing both of these because you see a difference or a need for better baby books out. What do you see in the baby book departments when you look? Like you were saying, I think you were saying something about that they're date specific and they're not really like yours. You're a little bit different. That's
Oh
what you're
yeah.
doing.
When I first started like thinking about what I wanted to do, I was like, oh, I'll just write children's books. Um, but that's a very hard market to get into.
Mhm.
Like if you have a really pretty book, like yeah, I'll do well. But then I realized, like my immediate need was a baby book. And so then I started doing more market research on it and really kind of looking at what was out there. And I just, my like head just kept going like, what would I do different? What would I do different? So then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make one. I'm like, it was like the beginning of my pregnancy. I'm like, I'm just going to make one. And so that's what started that whole process. Now it took much longer than my first pregnancy. I ended up working on it like at midnight when my son was going to bed. And so it took a little bit longer that first time, but
Yeah.
yeah, I just really wanted it to make it super accessible to moms and have it be a book that's easy to fill out. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I think every single person has always said, oh yeah, I bought baby books, but they never actually got finished, you know. Like seriously, my first one is still not finished. And I do baby books.
Where's grandma? We need grandma.
Exactly. So I just wanted to make a
Grandmas would
product.
love to do it.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a product that was different and something that I have not seen yet. And I keep looking for something similar, but I haven't found it yet. So
Well, where can we buy your book?
I have it in a few different places right now. Online, it's going to be on my website. Or I do have an Etsy store as well that's been open for a while. So I do a lot of business there. And then I have it in a few retail stores up in Northern Washington.
Okay. Oh, you're up near, where exactly are you?
I am up all the way at the Pacific Northwest tip. So I mean,
almost Canada.
From everyone out of state. Yeah, I would say close to Canada, but like Seattle is close to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have an Etsy store too, right?
Yep. I've been doing that one for a couple of years. I started off that Etsy with making party invitations.
Oh,
so
that would be cute too.
for people. Yep. And then I just made them into digital downloads so people can edit them how they want to. Stickers, greeting cards.
Another idea you might think about for your store on your website is some like just note cards.
Yeah, I have a few that I've done. I haven't super gotten into that.
I mean, if you had like a pack of 5 or 10 note cards, you could sell them as a pack.
Yeah, I actually had a lady reach out to me today. She's like, do you have more like just blank gift cards? I'm like, I have like 3 designs you can pick from right now. Like, I'm gonna like build up my inventory, but so people are asking for them. So I might expand that a bit.
Well, thanks for taking this time. I don't want to take too much because I know you've got to go.
No, you're okay.
Welcome, Bennett, to the world. And thank you so much for visiting with us. I'll put your website at the end.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. I look forward to watching this again. So.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Bye, Kathy. Thanks.
Bye.